team, Nicola here. So I'm in Germany to drive a brand new Chinese electric car at an event that can only be described as organised by a 5-year-old. Yeah, got about an hour with the car, and there's not a good car to person ratio, so we've had to share with an extra person, which is why this guy stood right next to me.
Hi.
Joe's bachelor. Right, let me explain the situation, right? Normally on a car launch, you'll get 2 people per car. That's normally what happens. So normally it's me and cameraman Manos, and we go off and do our own thing and we're good to go. But because there wasn't enough cars, that just had to jump in with us.
Yeah.
So
I was on my own, nobody wanted to partner with me. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But we allowed you in and that's okay.
Thank you.
And look, you drove here today.
I drove here and I chauffeured you, and it was a remarkable experience, I have to say.
Okay, yeah, because we're going to be talking about this, the brand new Sealion 7, which is called a Sealion Y?
Don't know.
Don't know. And 7 because?
Don't know.
No idea.
Right then, the Sealion 7 is a big family coupe SUV of just over 4.8 metres long, and it's based on the same platform as the Seal Saloon. I'm sure you'll agree, it's got the same Ocean series face. It's got the same light design and air intakes at the front as what you get in the Seal. The side has very nice flush door handles that pop out when you want to open them. To open them, you've got NFC on the mirrors, so then you can use your phone to lock and unlock your car. Round the back, the rear design and the rear lights have, and I quote, deeply sculpted curves, and they're designed with waves in mind. Personally, I can't see it. And you'll also spot 2 spoilers at the back. You've got one at the top and then one just underneath the window, and they said it's due to aerodynamics and that. So yeah, I haven't driven this long enough to actually test out the efficiency, but what I heard from some other journos while I was out is they were getting around 2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is not good, but also at the same time I know they were driving on the Autobahn, so we need to properly test this in the UK.
Boot space, decent. We've got 520 litres of space in here, and look at all the stuff. I mean, this is Manos's camera kit, my suitcase, Batch's case as well. All fit in here lovely, and plus it does have the classic BYD like rubber thing, so you can put like your muddy wellies and stuff like that in there. It also has a huge frunk. Batch, can I borrow you? Come on this way. Open it up, please.
Open it up.
Sit. Yeah, it's a
is it?
double doodah.
It's a double doodah.
It's a double
Right,
doodah. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is huge. 58 litres of space in here. You can fit like a full-blown person in there, I reckon. Small person, but you can get them in there. Snacks, another suitcase if you need to.
A Sealion.
A what?
A Sealion.
A Sealion. Could totally fit in there.
7 of them.
I'm not going to give up on that joke. I think it's wonderful. Can we have a look in the rear seats? Let's look in the rear seats.
In the back, and it's all very, very spacious. Now I'm 5'11" when I'm feeling confident, and look at the amount of space I've got. Look at this, all this knee room. Headroom's pretty good as well, even with this roof, the longest glass roof in its class, apparently, according to Nicola. I hadn't read the press pack, but it's very, very long. And I also like the sense of quality back here. Unsurprisingly, as we've seen with the Seal, everything feels really nicely put together. We've got heated seats, of course, Isofix points in both outer seats. Look at this, big fan of this. We've got a couple of cup holders there and a little cubby there. Not entirely sure what you'd put in there, to be honest with you, but it's nice that it's got it. And the last thing I really like is this door handle. Strange thing to point out, but I just like, it just makes the door look more interesting, don't you think?
Up in the front, it's very lovely. Do you know what? There's some quite nice materials in here that do remind me of the BYD Dolphin, because it's the same kind of material, which weirdly I remember saying in the Dolphin video that it feels like you're stroking a dolphin. Same vibes, all up here as well. And actually, like, there's no scratchy, horrible plastics, which in a normal car of this kind of ilk, and by the way, we've been told top spec will be around 58,000 euros, so maybe in pounds around the same, you would expect some scratchy plastics, but no, it's all right. Got a bit of wireless charging here, only on one side, just so you know. But it does fit a mega big phone, just in case you were wondering. And there are little air vents here to keep your phone cool, because we all know that they overheat. You've got a little bit of gloss black going on here for your fingerprints and stuff, but all of this is nice and easy to use. Apparently, there are 20 cubbies throughout the entire car. We're not going to go looking for them all because we don't have that much time with the car. Meanwhile, we have the famous BYD screen. 15.6 inches this is, and you can do the party trick. Does that, doesn't it? I don't know anyone that's ever used it like that, because it's just silly. And also, you can't use it like that if you're using Android Auto or CarPlay. So, just put it back again. There we go. You can also talk to the car, and can I say, she's very polite and she understands what you're saying. And now I'm going to test it and it's not going to work, is it? Right, let's give it a go. Hi BYD, open all the windows. I did not expect that to work, and it actually did work. That's amazing. Hi BYD.
You could ask Siri or Google Assistant for help after connecting your phone.
Sorry, babes. Hi BYD. Do up all the windows. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. That is so impressive. I think that's brilliant. And then also, obviously behind the steering wheel, we have all of your driver information, which tells you about your battery and that kind of thing. We were shown in the presentation that if you click on the car, is that right? Oh, how do I do that? It should have come up with there it is, a 3D image of the car. And then it keeps up to date with what's going on. So at the moment, Manos, our cameraman, is stood where you are, where you're obviously watching from, and the passenger door is open, and you can see that the passenger door is open. So if I open this, look at that! That's clever, isn't it? You can also open up the boot and things like that, all from within the screen. And yes, everything is in the screen, as is tradition with a BYD. You don't really get much going on in terms of buttons and fiddly actual controls that you can do. So while you're driving, you will be doing a little bit of this to try and do your climate control, but you'll get used to that. I mean, we're in the Excellence version here, so we've got head-up display, etc. as well. It's all very nice, I can't complain. It's very nice, but I haven't driven it yet. So let's do it. Okay, so this is actually the first time I've driven this car, because...
Well, I drove,
yeah, because you drove here. So, but you explained, you were saying that it felt a little bit wallowy?
So, that's not very good motoring journalism speak, but it's a good word to describe the way this car drives. It's very comfortable, even though it's got 20-inch wheels. I didn't mention that, did I? It sounds like a doorbell. That's the indicator bong.
It sounds like I've done something wrong and it's bing-bonging at me, but that's the indicator.
So it sounds like someone's at the front door. Hello, Avon calling. Bing bong. It's a very comfortable car. It's got massive 20-inch wheels, this car. Adaptive suspension. It feels very floaty on the road. The downside to that is when you turn it into a corner, it just wobbles in a way that a Mustang Mach-E wouldn't.
It does. It does.
There's also, I find, a slight delay when you turn the steering, then the body changes.
Which
There's a bit of a delay, but unnerving.
It's quite weird for an EV when you consider, like most EVs obviously have the battery all on the floor, and it's got like a decent low centre of gravity, but there is a little bit, there's a body roll and a bit of going on.
Bit of wobble.
So yes, stats then, you've got two battery options, which include an 82.5 kilowatt hour battery, which you can have rear wheel drive with 301 horsepower, 0 to 62 time of 6.7 seconds in the Comfort model. You can also get the same battery and four-wheel drive in the Design all-wheel drive version, or you can go for the bigger 91.3 kilowatt hour battery in the Excellence all-wheel drive version, which gets the range of over 300 miles. Both of those four-wheel drive models also get 523 horsepower, which is good for a 0 to 62 time of 4.5 seconds.
But we were told in no uncertain terms in the very long press conference that it's quicker than that, isn't it?
So apparently they did it in 4.3 seconds, but they're judging it as 4 seconds.
They're judging us 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a couple of seconds amongst friends.
What's a couple of
really?
milliseconds between
I
friends?
mean,
It's absolutely
4
fine.
seconds, 4.5. It's still flipping quick, put it that way.
I can't lie though. This is very smooth. It's smooth.
It's amazingly
it's quiet,
smooth. Yeah.
It's comfortable. I can't knock that at all. It does feel rolly on corners. I am going to do a little.
Oh, yes, there we
That's
are.
nice.
Was that 4 seconds or 4.5?
That was probably about 4.5. That wasn't bad though, was it?
Wasn't bad at all.
Talk to me about regen braking because
Regen braking.
There's no.
So there's a switch down here,
press it.
which you can. It's standard mode.
Oh, standard.
And then high.
Right.
So I think there's only 2 modes for the. Well, just one basically. Nothing's.
happening.
No. So they need to work on that. I think it'd be nice to have one pedal, wouldn't it?
Is
I
it
don't
even,
understand why cars.
There's not really much feedback though. So
No.
put it on high.
There we are.
My foot's completely
No.
off the accelerator. There's not much going on there. Right, other stats, please. We also have really decent charging in this car.
We do now.
230 kilowatts.
230 kilowatts.
But but that is really good.
Only,
Like
only for the top of the range.
yeah.
So the basic and the mid level get 150, but 230 kilowatts. That's not bad. That's really good.
So
isn't
they're
it?
saying it will go 10 to 80% in 24 minutes, which is
24
very
minutes.
good.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. BYD, in my humble opinion, stands out above the rest because of their battery.
Yeah.
Because the Blade battery, the LFP battery, is brilliant.
Yeah.
And it is better for the environment because there's no
Yeah.
cobalt, there's no nickel, there's no lead.
Yeah.
It's all round a better battery, and they test it safety-wise by shoving a whopping great nail through the middle of it. So, by the way, there's a really good article on electrifying.com that you can read about it.
Nice
which
plug.
we'll put a little link up there
It's up
somewhere.
there. It's that side.
Up there.
Yeah, but not only that, but in this car, this is very technical, forgive me viewers, but they've actually integrated it properly within the chassis. So it's safer, there's more structural rigidity. Can't always say that word, but I managed it then.
You did.
Rigidity. And so the whole kind of driving experience is supposedly better as well. So not only is the charging very good, but as standard, you get a heat pump, which, as we all know, is crucial in the UK.
Extremely
isn't it?
important because it gets very, very cold.
Yeah, and we get V2L, vehicle to load, rated up to 3.3 kilowatts.
Which is good.
That's more than enough for a kettle.
Turn on a
isn't it?
kettle, lovely stuff. That'll do.
For a nice cuppa.
Very nice. I mean, all in all, it's a very quiet, decent car, but it's not, you know, I mean, when it's really frustrating on launches like this because I'm not driving it long enough to make a proper judgment on this car.
No,
We haven't had the car long enough,
no.
which is really frustrating and annoying. How is it as a passenger? Because I enjoyed it as a passenger in the back. I thought it was
just-
quite nice.
I hate to say this, but it just feels fine, and I mean that in a nice way, because it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's. There is one thing I don't like.
Go on.
I've just remembered. It's the driving position. I think you sit up too high. That's my personal opinion. You may very well be of the view that if you're buying an SUV, you want an SUV lorded over other motorists' driving position. I don't. I like to sit nice and low down in the car, and I think that you sit up too high in it.
I'm
You
gonna
might like that
disagree
because
with
you're
you.
a short ass, aren't you?
I'm not a short ass. I'm 5'6.5". Thank you very much.
6.5.
But I disagree on the. I quite like the driving.
Well, there we are. You see, horses for courses.
Yeah. How many horsepower is this? This is the 523.
523.
Isn't it? Yeah. But the normal. I mean, you don't need 523.
You don't. You'd unless you desperately need 4-wheel drive and a 0 to 60 time of 4 seconds or so. Just go for the single motor, rear wheel drive, 300-mile range.
Yeah.
Lovely jubbly.
That'll do. That'll do. You don't need any more than that, I don't think.
You don't.
I mean, unless you want to have a little bit more fun. But if you want to have more fun, then you'll go for a Seal rather than a Sealion.
Are seals more fun than sea lions?
I don't know
Are they
which
known in the
which
animal
are the
world
ones
for-
that do the tricks at the zoo. Is that a sea lion?
They're otters, aren't they?
No.
Oh.
Sea lions
What
at the
noise
zoo.
do make sea lions make?
I hate
you know
you.
that?
I hate you. Because you know I've got to do it now.
It's a very heavy car. It's 2.2 to 2.4 tonnes. She is a heavy old baby, so that is going to affect the efficiency side of things. Price-wise, They're aiming for the Tesla Model Y. That's what they're aiming for. So all the way up to the top, the Model Y is £59,000. This is about the same. But then also at the same time, I was thinking, this is in the same ballpark as a Ford Capri. Yes, I know, it's not a Capri, but we digress. Would I rather have a Capri or have this? I mean, top spec Capri is £56,000. I think I'd rather have a Capri. Oh, no, I'm joking. We'd all have an Enyaq, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would.
So there we go, the BYD Sealion 7. It's a tough one to judge this because honestly, I don't feel like I've driven it long enough to make a proper judgment on this car. But hopefully you've got enough from this video. I've given you your stats, I've given you your facts and stuff. I think it drives perfectly fine. It was quiet, the corners were okay. It was a little bit woo, a little bit way. Speed is brilliant, the battery size is fine, the price I think is pretty much bang on, but what we need to do is have more time with the car, take it for a good drive over on great British roads. So hey, don't forget to subscribe
Nicola,
to the Electrifying.
Come on, we need to get to the airport.
Oh, we actually do.
You can
don't we?
drive me now.
Yeah, we do. No, we do.
Come on.
All right. Okay, bye.
Hey, BYD, close the passenger window.